Courtrooms are meant to deliver justice, but sometimes emotions explode before the gavel even falls. In this video, we uncover the shocking moments when victims' families couldn't contain their grief, anger, or heartbreak, and took justice into their own hands. Let's start our video with Frank DeLeon Jr., a 19-year-old from Houston, Texas, pleaded guilty in October 2023 to the murder of his 16-year-old ex-girlfriend, Diamond Alvarez. The incident occurred in January 2022, when Diamond was shot 22 times while walking her dog near her home. The case drew widespread attention due to the brutality of the act and the young age of both the victim and the perpetrator. As part of a plea deal, DeLeon agreed to a 45-year prison sentence, with the possibility of parole after serving half of that time. However, during the October 17, 2023 plea hearing, emotions boiled over inside the courtroom. After Diamond's mother, Anna Machado, gave a powerful victim impact statement, calling DeLeon a monster, she stepped down from the witness stand and moved toward him. A courtroom deputy immediately blocked her, but tensions escalated when Diamond's uncle suddenly lunged at DeLeon, forcing law enforcement to wrestle him to the ground. Deputies quickly separated the families and cleared the courtroom to prevent further escalation. The judge called a short recess to restore order. Later, Machado publicly apologized for the outburst, explaining the depth of her grief. The hearing resumed under tighter security, and DeLeon was officially sentenced days later. Now we shift our focus to another convict. Lukace Kendle was a 26-year-old armed security guard working at a Miami strip club when, on June 1, 2012, he opened fire on two men, Kwin Boes and Michael Smathers, in the club parking lot. Boes was killed and Smathers was paralyzed, although Kendle later claimed he shot in self-defense, alleging a threat that witnesses refuted. On April 4, 2014, the courtroom erupted during sentencing, when Boes' father, Donald, grew uncontrollably emotional. As he listened to Kendle's remarks, he could no longer conceal his anguish. "You murdered my son! You kept shooting him in his back!" he yelled, clearly enraged and distressed.
Yeah, but my son is dead, man. My son is dead. He needs to go to prison. He don't need to be laying no mental hospital. He need to go to prison, man. Come on, sir. He want to play crazy. He wasn't crazy when he murdered my son, man. He wasn't crazy then, but he crazy now. All of a sudden he crazy now. You want to lay in a mental hospital? And his back was turned to you, man. He was trying to get away.
The outburst led deputies to physically restrain and escort Donald out of the courtroom amid visible tension and tears. This intense confrontation captured the raw pain of a grieving father confronting his child's killer in court. Though no attack occurred, the confrontation brought the courtroom to a brief standstill. The judge called for a short recess to allow emotions to settle, after which the proceedings resumed under heightened security and control. The scene served as a powerful reminder of how deeply courtroom decisions and words can reopen emotional wounds for victims' families. Lindy Jones is a career criminal with a long history of firearm-related offenses and was prominently featured in media discussions. The U.S. Attorney's Office for Massachusetts labeled him an armed career criminal, leading to a 15-year prison sentence in his most recent conviction. His trials and sentencing appear to have been carried out under strict security protocols, likely due to his high-risk status. The absence of courtroom incidents involving him may be attributed to the federal handling of his cases, which typically allow less public access and heightened security. Still, his case remains a potent reminder of the dangers posed by repeat violent offenders and the judicial system's efforts to contain them. Vashon Flowers, a resident of Muskegon Heights, Michigan, faced charges in connection with the May 19, 2019 shooting death of his wife, Jamie Thomas Flowers, during an argument about smoking at their home. During his June 3, 2019 preliminary court hearing, a highly charged scene unfolded when Jamie's son, London Thomas, who was sitting in the gallery, sprang up and leaped over the barrier toward Flowers. He was rushing the defendant when deputies tackled and handcuffed him, effectively preventing the confrontation. The court was temporarily suspended, and Judge Raymond Kostreva later held Thomas in civil contempt and banned him from further court proceedings in that courtroom. This intense moment underscored the raw emotional impact of the crime on the victim's family.
Quite a commotion in a Muskegon County courtroom this morning when the son of a murder victim lunged toward the man accused of killing her. The suspect in this case is the victim's husband, a man with a long criminal record.
Michael Madison, a convicted serial killer from East Cleveland, Ohio, was responsible for the brutal murders of at least 3 women between 2012 and 2013. His crimes sent shockwaves through the community when the bodies of his victims, Shetty Ashili, Angela Deskins, and Sherelle DeTerry, were discovered wrapped in plastic bags near his apartment. During his sentencing hearing on June 2, 2016, emotions ran high, particularly for Van Terry, the father of Sherelle DeTerry, one of the murdered women. As Terry stood at the podium delivering his emotional victim impact statement, he noticed Madison displaying what appeared to be a smirk. Overwhelmed by grief and anger, Terry suddenly lunged across the courtroom, leapt over the defense table, and physically attacked Madison. Chaos erupted in the courtroom as deputies quickly intervened and restrained Terry.
Touched our families, taking my child.
Kwin Boes is an Indiana man who gained national attention after being convicted in connection to the abuse and subsequent death of a young child. In 2021, Boes accepted a plea deal and was sentenced to 20 years in prison, with 5 years suspended. Dwayne Smith, a devastated father from Detroit, Michigan, was in court on August 27, 2015, to deliver a victim impact statement following the conviction of Clifford Thomas and Jasmine Gordon in the tragic death of Smith's 3-year-old daughter, Jamila. Thomas, who was babysitting, and Gordon, Jamila's mother, were both found guilty. Thomas for involuntary manslaughter and related charges, and Gordon for child abuse and manslaughter. As the hearing began, Smith approached the podium, prepared to plead for justice. But just as he began, he suddenly struck Thomas in the back of the head, prompting gasps in the courtroom. Deputies from the Wayne County Sheriff's Office immediately intervened, pulling Smith off Thomas and separating both men, while others in the gallery cried out or began shouting, "Jesus!" in the chaos. The courtroom was promptly cleared and recessed. On August 23, 2009, in Cedar City, Utah, 24-year-old Tristan Lamoreaux was involved in a tragic incident that resulted in the loss of his 19-year-old wife, Misty Lamoreaux. During the investigation, Tristan stated that the situation escalated during a struggle and that the firearm discharged unintentionally. During the sentencing hearing, Misty's brother, Jason Wilson, took the stand to deliver a victim impact statement. As he approached the podium, he gave Tristan a long, intense stare, filled with grief and rage. While Jason tearfully recounted the pain and loss his family had endured, Tristan sat emotionless, shackled, and wearing an orange prison jumpsuit, rocking back and forth in his chair. This unnerving display of detachment infuriated Jason. After a few moments, unable to contain his emotions any longer, Jason lunged at Tristan in an attempt to physically confront him. Court deputies quickly intervened, tackling Jason to the ground and removing him from the courtroom. Tristan remained restrained throughout the outburst, and the hearing resumed after order was restored. The moment, caught on courtroom video, served as a powerful and painful reminder of the emotional devastation left behind by violent crimes. Justice may be blind, but emotion sees everything. These outbursts remind us that behind every case lies real pain and heartbreak. If these stories moved you, make sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Stay tuned for more powerful courtroom moments, only here.